Hey guys, it's Misty with my paper cuts. And today is Sunday, December 20th. I am coming on to share another video and project for a different kind of December daily. I apologize for not being on daily like I had originally planned. This week kind of got away from me and has been a rough one, I'm not going to lie. But I did manage to finish another set of cards for our dog rescue, and that is what I have been working on a little bit each day. I have been getting into my craft room a bit and trying to do something each day to get these cards done, but it has been very short lived. So it took a few days to finish these, which wouldn't normally happen, but um, it just is what it is. So for these cards, I used this Warm and Cozy collection. I've used this in the past. I apparently really loved this collection because I bought it several times. It is by Cartabella, which is one of my favorite companies, so I'm not surprised that I used it again. These are just some scraps that I had left over, but I'll give you guys kind of a flip through. It is double-sided, very rustic, exactly like the name implies. It has kind of a vintage feel. I used a lot of the plaids. These are the pages that I used in my cards. I used simpler, and you'll understand why in my share here of the ones that I did. But I was just making more of a postcard style card set for some specific donors to our rescue. I also used this die set. I used this holly down here in the bottom. I used this double stitched die set. It's frames from Simon, and this is one of my favorites because, as you can see, when it cuts out the frame, it puts stitching on both sides, so you get you can make some really cool stitched frames with these. But you can also use, you can add stitching if you want to cut out a piece from the center. You'll still have stitching around that cutout piece. So I used those dies, and I'll just get right to the cards. So I'll show you this one. So what I did was this German Shepherd shape is cut out again with my Cricut. It's an SVG file that I bought, so I use it quite a bit when I make projects for our rescue. And I cut it again out of wood grain paper just to give it some texture. I also found this little Santa hat in the Cricut Access files, and I just sized it down to fit the dog. And then this is the paper, and what I did initially was I cut out a sheet that was just 1/8 of an inch smaller than my card base, which is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I doubled up the frames like so to cut out each layer. So for instance, I would have cut I would cut the gold out, but I need to cut this piece out of the green as well so that the gold piece can fit in between. So what I will do is when I use them, I will tape them together with my purple tape. I will tape them all the way around, so each time I cut them, they're lined up the exact same. So it just makes it easier. And then this is the gold foil paper from Michaels. A big shout out to Carrie. Thank you so much for sending me that when it went on clearance and my stores didn't have it. I really appreciate it. So then to keep these super flat and easily mailable, I just inlaid the layers instead of stacking them so that I will have also some usable scraps from this, which is great. I will have this green frame, and I will also have this green piece from the center. And since it's double-sided, I can use either side. So then I just layered all the different layers together once I got them cut out. And then I cut out the holly that I showed you from that Tim Holtz die set, and just layered on some berries on top, and that's it. And then on the back is just a special message to our donors. Like I said, this is a special program that we call Love for Life. This is for our senior dogs that we pull from the local shelters or who our owner surrenders. In some cases, their owners have passed away, and they are, they're 7+ years old. And unfortunately, most people, when they go in to adopt, they do not come in to adopt an older dog. They usually want puppies or young dogs. So someone who is willing to foster one of our senior dogs is in our Love for Life program, and we have donors who specifically donate to those dogs in that foster program so that they can have a loving home through the end of their life. So I made an additional 12 cards for those donors, and here they are. And each one has its own specific paper. I like to use 6x6 pads for this kind of a thing, because then each person's card, even though it's the same design, has its own unique personality. So those are the cards that I've made over the last couple of days. Again, I apologize for not being on every day. You guys probably wouldn't have wanted to listen to videos from me on those days, because like I said, it's been a very rough week. But I am still crafting. I am still doing a little bit each day. I'm hoping that the mood strikes me today to do a little bit more, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to go drop these off at the rescue and finish my coffee, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.